Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are live on Facebook. Yes, we are. Little tardy to the party, but she is here. Let's go live here. Checking connection. This is happening. All right. We are on chapter 5, Neville Goddard, The Power of Awareness. I am going to pause this or put this on mute. Yes, we will. We're going to put this on mute. And here we go. We are on Neville Goddard, Power of Awareness, chapter 5. Here we go. The truth that sets you free. The drama of life is a psychological one. Not literal. Don't take everything literal. The drama of life is a psychological one, in which all the conditions, circumstances, and events of your life are brought to pass by your assumptions. We talked about this yesterday. What are you assuming? Since your life is determined by your assumptions, you are forced to recognize the fact that you are either a slave to your assumptions or their master. To become the master of your assumptions is the key to undreamt of freedom and happiness. You can attain this mastery by deliberate conscious control of your imagination. Deliberate conscious control. My Microsoft is updating. Okay, you can attain this mastery by deliberate conscious control of your imagination. You determine your assumptions in this way. Listen up. From a mental image, we think in pictures, from a mental image, a picture of the state desired, what you want, of the person you want to be. Concentrate your attention upon the feeling that you are already that person. Because let's look at it the other way. From a mental image, we picture the state we don't want, what we fear, what we do not want, of the thing or the person or the situation we do not want. And we put all of our attention on it. And we really feel that feeling that that already happened. We do that all the time. But this is just asking us to concentrate our attention upon the feeling that we already are the person that we want to be. Oh, my angel. Hi, how are you? Okay, first, visualize the picture in your consciousness. Okay, we have to start with this picture in our conscious thinking mind. Then feel yourself to be in that state as though it actually formed your surrounding world. By your imagination, that which was a mere mental image is changed into a seemingly solid reality. The great success, the great secret, is a controlled imagination. Controlled, not a wild, unbridled horse. Because that's what we usually work with. We let our imagination run wild. And usually when people say that, it's for the negative. God, she just let her imagination run wild. Usually it's for like picturing and imagining and worrying the worst case scenario. But let's really change the way we think about it, letting our imagination run wild to the positive, to the things we want. So the great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly focused on the object to be accomplished. It cannot be emphasized too much that by creating an ideal within your mental sphere, by assuming that you are already that ideal, you identify yourself with it and thereby transform yourself into its image. This was called by the ancient teachers subjection to the will of God, or resting in the Lord. And remember, Neville Goddard talks about God, the Lord, being in our subconscious mind, being in this part of our subconscious mind. We have that power within us. It's not something outside of us. So resting in the Lord, it's the only true test of resting in the Lord is that all who do rest are inevitably transformed into the image of that in which they rest. You become according to your resigned will, and your resigned will is your concept of yourself. All and all that you consent to and accept as true. What are we consenting to? What are we accepting as true? You, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continuing therein, take upon yourself the results of that state. Not assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are ever free of the results. So, not assuming the feeling of the place you want, you will never get the results that you want. When you understand the redemptive function of imagination, we had a morning reading today talking about imagination can be interchanged with the word God. Imagination could be interchanged with the word universe. Imagination can be interchanged with redemption, with freedom. Imagination is everything. God is imagination. We have a piece in us. Like, if all consciousness, everything, the universe is just a big, vast ocean, I'm just one little cup of it. I scooped up my piece of God. I scooped up my piece of universe, and I'm it. But we act as if we're not. We think we have to go out and get it from something else. We have that power. I'm working on it every day. You become according to your resigned will, and your resigned will is your concept of yourself and all that you consent and accept as true. You, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continuing to be in that feeling, we take upon ourselves the result of that state. By not assuming it, we will never get it. When you understand the redemptive function of imagination, you hold in your hands the key to the solution of all your problems. Imagination is the source of all of our troubles, and imagination is the source of all of our problems and all of our solutions. Both, the good and the bad. It starts here. It starts here. Everything. Every phase in your life is made by the exercise of your imagination. Determined imagination alone is the means of your progress, of the fulfilling of your dreams. It is the beginning and end of all creating. Imagination is the beginning and the end. They talk about, the great creator, God, is the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. Imagination is the beginning and the end of all creating. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly focused on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. Thank you. Hi, Jen. I love you guys. And look at how this lights are whitewashing me right now on Instagram, but whatever. I look great on here on YouTube and on Facebook. What greater gifts could be given you than to be told the truth that will set you free? The truth that sets you free is that you can experience in imagination what you desire to experience in reality. That's the truth that will set you free. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, if you're in a situation you don't like, whatever it is, the only redemptive thing that will get your butt out of it is your imagination. The truth that sets you free is that you can experience in imagination what you desire to experience in reality. And by maintaining this experience in imagination, your desire will become an actuality. You are limited only by your uncontrolled imagination and lack of attention to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. So our only limits we're only limited by our uncontrolled usage of the tool. Remember, imagination is one faculty. It's one tool. It's like a knife. If we're holding it, most of us hold it by the blade and we get cut up and we are in pain and we're hurt. But if we flip it around and we hold it by the handle, we can use it in a constructive way that serves us. So you are limited only by your uncontrolled imagination and lack of attention to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. When the imagination is not controlled and the attention not steadied on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, then no amount of prayer or piety or invocation will produce the desired effect. When you can call upon at will whatsoever image you please, when the forms of your imagination are so vivid to you as the forms of nature, you are master of your fate. You must stop spending your thoughts, your time, and your money Everything in life must be an investment. I've discussed this before. I think I had another reading. You must stop spending your thoughts. Thoughts are money. Thoughts are currency. Thoughts are energy. Thoughts are money. Stop spending them. Invest them. And it ends with this beautiful little poem. Visions of beauty and splendor, forms of a long-lost race, sounds and faces and voices from the fourth dimension of space. And on through the universe boundless, our thoughts go lightning shod. Some call it imagination and others call it God. George W. Carey from The New Name. Love that. Love this reading. Thank you guys for joining. Love you all. I'm going to end this now. Yes, I am here every single day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. Thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure. Inside Talk Show, I am dedicated to daily readings, providing content that really, we talk about the inside game. That is why Inside Talk Show, it's an inside job. We're inside talking. We're talking about the inside of us. We're so drawn to the outer world, to the objective world, to all the stimulation and the distractions, the entertainment, the infotainment. But to get quiet and go inside and to shut out all of our physical faculties, closing our eyes, shutting our ears, just really going inside, getting quiet with ourselves, listening to that still small voice. That, if you do that for just 5 minutes a day, you'd be so much more at peace. And I'm talking to myself. This is what I work on every single day. Always a pleasure. Like and subscribe. Share this. I'm on YouTube too. My link to everything is in this group. So enjoy. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.